I let you go, I just want to bring you President Trump's comments on Marco Rubio. He said that Marco Rubio will be going down as the greatest Secretary of State in United States history. Let's listen.
That the Democrats probably wish they didn't do that. And Marco has been fantastic. Marco, stand up, please. You have done a great job as Secretary of State. He's going to go down as the best Secretary of State. And Scott, and we have Susie, who's the first female Chief of Staff, and she's the best Chief of Staff, too.
We've been seeing a lot of Marco Rubio on our screens, and you can really see how much confidence Donald Trump has in him. Josh, what's your assessment of Marco Rubio?
I think Marco Rubio has had a historic first year as Secretary of State. I mean, the sheer number of peace deals that America has orchestrated across the world, everywhere from Thailand and Cambodia to India and Pakistan, to Rwanda and the Congo, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Middle East. I mean, basically everywhere they go, they're getting more peace deals. And then you kind of couple that with some of these staggering operations. I mean, the Nicolas Maduro operation, which everyone recognizes was the brainchild of Marco Rubio, this was staggering. I mean, this was an incredible reassertion of American Western Hemispheric dominance. So I think Marco Rubio is absolutely soaring right now. I mean, he's already the first man to serve as both Secretary of State and National Security Advisor since Henry Kissinger famously served both those roles there. Look, if I were a betting man, which I'm really not, but if I were a betting man, I would be long on Marco Rubio for the 2028 Republican presidential nomination. I'm not predicting that. I think J.D. Vance is still the favorite right now. But it seems to me that Vice President Vance is somewhat stagnating at a moment where Marco Rubio is profoundly ascendant. And don't discount the possibility that maybe, just maybe, Trump could actually potentially endorse Rubio. I mean, most recently, he's been talking about J.D. as his anointed successor. But, I mean, you said it, Gabrielle. Trump clearly loves Marco Rubio and clearly has a ton of trust in this guy there. So we'll see. It could get very interesting.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if he endorsed Marco Rubio either. John, what do you think?
Well, I think we have to wait until Trump's term is over and let a little time go by to see what the cumulative effect of all these foreign policies turns out to be. We'll leave that to the historians, but I agree that Marco Rubio is doing a terrific job. I know Marco a little. I've worked with him. I think he is extraordinarily competent and a genuinely good guy. Everyone who knows Marco likes him, and I think he does a great job of representing our country.
I have to get your thoughts on Venezuela. It was, of course, January 3 that Donald Trump announced the capture of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro following a successful overnight joint US military operation in Venezuela's capital of Caracas. And Maduro is, of course, facing charges including narco-terrorism and drug trafficking. And we saw celebrations from all over, people of Venezuela, all over the world celebrating in response to this. I want to get your thoughts. You know, so much has happened over the space of just a few weeks, but also your thoughts on Secretary of State Marco Rubio. I mean, you can really see how much trust the president has in him.
Yes, and I think that's rightfully so, Gabriella, because don't forget, Marco Rubio obviously was an immigrant from Cuba with his parents when he was very, very young. He speaks fluent Spanish. He understands the sort of this mentality, a South American mentality and culture from his family and his roots. So I think, number one, he has a great affinity and understanding, but also he's somebody who really experienced socialism and communism and really understands how detrimental it is. I think he truly cares about the people there. Also, he's shown his ability to manage, his ability to run things. And I think that it's either going to make him or break him. He could do a brilliant job there, or obviously it could basically thwart his political ambitions. We must remember that Venezuela, of course, is like twice the size of California with about 30 million people, many diverse factions, and of course, all these criminal gangs and these drug narco terrorists there. So I don't think it's an easy feat at all. I think it's rather challenging. I wouldn't want to take it on in the slightest. And I think it's a heavy lift for anyone, even including Marco Rubio.
And just finally, it's been 1 year since Trump was sworn in as president for the second time. Can I get your assessment, your thoughts on year one of Donald Trump?
Well, I think a few things here. I do think he spent a lot of time, rightfully so, for the world with all of the peace agreements that he's made. I think he's done a lot of good actually for the world, but the world doesn't vote for him. I actually think it's somewhat of a pity there hasn't been far more emphasis. I think all of the initial energies, all of his focus should have been on the US economy, making the US economy great again, because with the midterms coming up, Gabriella, the Republicans have such a tiny, small margin due to people like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, those that have are no longer standing, retired, and or no longer in their positions. So it's such a tiny margin. If the Democrats win many seats, that will make him a lame duck president, and that will be dreadful for the world and for the US. So I think it's a pity he didn't spend more time on the affordability issues and the domestic economy. However, his approval ratings have improved. I think overall, there aren't many people that can point to failures. Those that obviously oppose him deporting, or the illegals, they should look at what Obama did. Obama was referred to as the deporter in chief, as was Clinton. Both of them deported more, Gabriella, and you never heard the left having any objection to that.